The principles of thermometry is our today's topic. The today's topic contents are: the first one is concept of heat and temperature. Second is thermometry. Next, essential requirements of a thermometer. Types of thermometers and temperature scales. Here we discuss about the concept of heat and temperature. Now, what is concept of heat? We know that the heat energy can transfer from high temperature to low temperature so as to maintain the equilibrium state. Here we explain with this example. We choose the two bodies. One is hot and other is cold, both having different temperature. If both are kept in contact, then what happens? The hot body transfer its heat to the cold body. It means the internal energy of the cold body goes on increasing, but on the other hand, internal energy of the hot body goes on decreasing. If both the bodies maintain at the same temperature due to transfer of heat from one body to another, means T1 equal to T2, then that system becomes thermal equilibrium. Hence, we define heat is defined as energy in transit. Second term is temperature. Temperature is the property which determines whether the system is in thermal equilibrium with the neighboring system or not. That property which determines whether the system is in thermal equilibrium with the neighboring system or not. If it is in thermal equilibrium, temperature T1 is equal to T2. Both bodies maintain at same temperature. If it is not in thermal equilibrium, means T1 may be greater than T2 or T2 is less than T1. Such a property, that is the temperature, we can measure with the help of special device, and that device is thermometer. Hence, what is the definition of the temperature? Temperature, it is the degree of hotness. This is known as temperature. That hotness of the body, which we know it is a temperature, that temperature is measured with the help of the special device. That device is thermometer. And therefore, the new branch of heat is developed, and that is known as thermometry. Hence, what is the thermometry? Thermometry is the branch of heat which deals with the various means of designing and developing the thermometers. Now we explain the essential requirements of thermometer. There are three requirements for the thermometer. The first one is construction of the thermometer. In that requirement, the physical property of the thermometric substance and the material of the container or enclosure plays an important role. Means during the construction of any type of the thermometer, we must know what are the physical properties of thermometric substance. Thermometric substance we choose depending upon the type of the thermometer. If that thermometer is liquid thermometer, then thermometric substance is to be in the liquid form. For example, mercury thermometer or gas thermometers. Thermometric substance is gas. Now, what is that physical property of that thermometric substance? There's a change in volume or pressure of the thermometric substance with change in temperature. That property must be satisfied by the thermometric substance. And the second one is the material of the container or the enclosure. What material we choose for a thermometer? Thermometers, the material of the container is to be glass for mercury thermometer or the enclosure. Such a thermometric substance and the material of the container must be temperature dependent. That is the important term for the construction of a thermometer. Another important term is that the size of thermometer is also decided by the properties of the thermometric substance. It means if we choose the mercury thermometer, in that mercury thermometer, the mercury is a heavy substance. Therefore, very short tube is used for construction of the mercury thermometer. But the another case, alcohol thermometer, this is also liquid type thermometer. Thermometric substance is alcohol, which is very light. Hence, the long tube should be used. Second requirement of the thermometer is calibration. Once the thermometer is constructed, it should be properly calibrated. That means it requires the specific temperature scale. That scale may be centigrade scale or Kelvin scale or the Fahrenheit scale. Second important point is in that calibration, we mark the fixed points, that these points we call standard fixed points. Why it is standard fixed points? Since lower fixed point taken as a melting point of ice and upper fixed point is taken as a boiling point of the water. Melting point of ice 0 degree and boiling point of the water 100 degree. If we write the temperature scale is centigrade, then that melting point is 0 degree and boiling point is 100 degree Celsius. And third point is that in that calibration, depending upon the temperature scale, whether the scale is Celsius scale or Kelvin scale or Fahrenheit or Rankine scale, the fundamental interval is divided into equal parts. Now, what is that fundamental interval? The interval which is in between lower fixed point and upper fixed point. Lower fixed point taken as a melting point of ice. Upper fixed point taken as a boiling point of the water. In between upper and lower fixed point, that interval we call fundamental interval, and that fundamental interval is divided into equal part depending upon the type of the temperature scale. If that scale is centigrade, number of equal parts in between the two fixed point is different. In centigrade scale, we know the interval between the two fixed point is divided into 100 equal parts. Each part should be equal to 1 degree Celsius. If the scale is in the Fahrenheit scale, then the fundamental interval is divided into 180 equal parts. Each part equivalent to 1 degree Fahrenheit. Similarly, in the Kelvin scale and other scale, interval number of equal parts are different. The next requirement of the thermometer is sensitiveness. Now, how we decide a thermometer is a sensitive? If the thermometer gives large change in reading for very small change of the temperature, then only it is said to be sensitive. And that sensitivity which measure or which increase the accuracy of the measurement. It means it include quick response. Within very short interval of time, we note the temperature change if that thermometer is kept near to the hot system. Sensitivity will increase the accuracy of measurement. Now, these are the three requirements for construction for any type of the thermometer. First one is the construction. In that construction, mostly we choose the thermometric substance and the material of the container or the enclosure. Since that thermometric substance plays an important role how to change its volume or pressure with respect to temperature. Second requirement is calibration. After construction, it should be calibrated. That time it requires a specific temperature scale. That temperature scale is in between the two fixed point, means that fundamental interval is divided into number of equal parts. And next one is the sensitivity. If it gives the quick response, the thermometer should be very sensitive, and that sensitivity will increase the accuracy of measurement. Next term is types of thermometer. Now there are various types of thermometer. Liquid thermometer. Liquid thermometer is based on the principle of change in volume of liquid with change in temperature. For example, mercury thermometer and alcohol thermometer. Second one is gas thermometer. Gas thermometer also based on the principle, this is change in pressure or volume with change in temperature of the gas. Up to 600 degree centigrade, nitrogen gas is used in gas thermometer. But as the temperature is above 600 degree centigrade, then argon gas is used in gas thermometer. And using that gas thermometer, it is possible to note the temperature. Resistance thermometer, which based on the principle of change in resistance of the metal with change in temperature. For example, platinum resistance thermometer. Since the resistance of the platinum changes with temperature, hence the name is resistance thermometer or platinum resistance thermometer. Thermoelectric thermometer, which based on the principle of the thermocouple. Thermocouple, what is the thermocouple? If two junctions of the two different metals are maintained at different temperature, the thermo EMF is generated. And using that thermo EMF, it is possible to note the temperature. That kind of thermometer is known as thermoelectric thermometer. Next is vapor pressure thermometer. Such a type of thermometer is used for measurement of low temperature, and it's based on the principle of change of vapor pressure with temperature. Example of such kind of thermometer is helium vapor pressure thermometer. Radiation thermometer. Here, the heat radiations emitted by the body, that is measured by using the thermometer. Therefore, that thermometer is known as radiation thermometer. For example, furnace, which emits the heat radiation, or pyrometer. These are the radiation thermometer. Bimetallic thermometers. Such thermometers are used in meteorology for recording the change of temperature during the day. And it is based on the principle of expansion of the solid, that is the metal, bimetallic thermometer. It is also used to measure the temperature at high altitude, that is above the sea level, is bimetallic thermometer. And next one is the magnetic thermometer. That magnetic thermometer is again used for measurement of low temperature near about the absolute zero temperature, and it is based on the principle of the change of magnetic susceptibility of the substance with change in temperature. That thermometer is magnetic thermometer. Here we see the temperature scales. There are various scales we mark on a thermometer depending upon the type of the thermometer. First one is the centigrade or Celsius scale. Second one is the Kelvin scale or absolute scale. Fahrenheit scale. And fourth one is the Rankine scale. Fifth one is Reaumur scale. Now, what is the relation between Celsius scale, Kelvin scale, Fahrenheit scale, and the Rankine scale? That relation is C by 100. Centigrade scale, we know it is divided into 100 equal parts in between the two fixed points, lower fixed point and upper fixed point. That interval, fundamental interval, is divided into 100 equal parts. Each part is equal to 1 degree Celsius. Hence, we write the relation C by 100. 100 equal parts, hence we write the relation C minus 0. Since lower fixed point is 0, hence C minus 0 is C divided by 100. This is the term for Celsius scale. Kelvin scale. Kelvin scale or absolute scale, the fundamental interval is divided into 100 equal parts, and the lower fixed point is taken as a 273 Kelvin. Means what is the temperature in Celsius? 0 degree Celsius, equivalent to 273 degree Kelvin. Hence K minus 273 divided by 100. This is the relation term for Kelvin scale, equivalent to C by 100. Next one is the Fahrenheit scale. Fahrenheit scale, the fundamental interval means lower fixed point and upper fixed point is divided into 180 equal parts. The lower fixed point means ice point or melting point of the ice is taken as a 32 degree Fahrenheit. Hence F minus 32 divided by 180 degree. Rankine scale, the fundamental interval is divided into 180 equal part, and the lower fixed point is taken as a 492 degree Rankine. Now here we compare the 4 scale in this thermometer. First thermometer, the scale is in the centigrade. If the scale is the Kelvin on the same thermometer. Third is the Fahrenheit scale, and fourth one is Rankine scale. Now see here. In the centigrade scale, we mark the two fixed points. One is the ice point. That ice point is 0 degree Celsius, melting point of the ice. And upper fixed point is the boiling point of water taken as a 100 degree Celsius. In between 0 to 100, how many equal parts are there? 100. each part equivalent to 1 degree Celsius. This is the centigrade scale. But in the Kelvin scale, the lower fixed point is not 0, but it is 273, since 0 degree centigrade equal to 273 degree Kelvin. Again, the scale is divided into 100 equal parts. Therefore, upper fixed point reaches 373 degree Kelvin. For Fahrenheit scale, the lower fixed point is 32 Fahrenheit, means 0 degree Celsius equivalent to 32 degree Fahrenheit, and upper fixed point is 212. Since in between lower fixed point and upper fixed point, the Fahrenheit scale is divided into 180 equal parts. Hence 180 plus 32, that is 212. This is the Fahrenheit scale. Now in the Rankine scale, ice point, that is 0 degree centigrade or 273 Kelvin or 32 degree Fahrenheit, equivalent to 492 degree Rankine. See, this is the lower fixed point. The total equal parts in between the two fixed points are how many? 180 degree. 180. Therefore, 492 plus 180, it becomes 672. Therefore, upper fixed point is 672 degree Rankine, and it taken as a steam point in the Rankine scale. Now we see the intermediate same temperature. Now at the room temperature 30 degrees centigrade. In Kelvin scale, how much it we get? 273 plus 30. That is, we get 303. According to the relation, if we find C by 100 equal to K minus 273 divided by 100. If the one scale is known, that is 30 is known, 30 divided by 100 equal to K minus 273 divided by 100. Separate K term, that time K becomes equal to 303. Now we find what is the Fahrenheit scale at the same temperature, means C divided by 100 equal to F minus 32 divided by 180 degree. Therefore, separate F term and find out what is the temperature you get. That temperature is 86 degree Fahrenheit. Similarly, for Rankine scale, we find what is the temperature at 30 degrees Celsius. Hence, put the value 30 by 100 equal to R, we have to calculating here, R minus 492 divided by 180. Separate R term and find what is the temperature you get. That temperature is 546. Now we go below the lower fixed point. The centigrade scale and the Fahrenheit scale are same at minus 40 degree. How we find here Fahrenheit scale and centigrade scale? We use these two terms, C by 100 equal to F minus 32 divided by 180 degree. Which temperature is known? Centigrade. Minus 40 divided by 100 equal to F minus 32 divided by 180. Simplify the F term, separate and find out. It is equal to minus 40 degree Fahrenheit. Hence, remember, centigrade scale and the Fahrenheit scale at 40 degree are same. In other case, Kelvin and the Rankine scale are same at 0 degree temperature, absolute 0. How we find that one? Rankine scale and Kelvin. These two relations we use here. K minus 273 divided by 100 equal to R minus 492 divided by 180. Now see here. k minus 0 by 100, that is k by 100 equal to r minus 0 divided by 180, since k by 100 equal to r by 180 degree, which are the same at 0 degree. And these are the various temperature scales. We know if the thermometer, which is calibrated in the centigrade scale, then it should be in 100 equal parts. If it is Kelvin scale, again it is equal to 100 equal parts in between the two fixed points. In the Fahrenheit scale, the two fixed points interval is divided into 180 equal parts, and in the Rankine scale it is divided into 180 equal parts in between the two fixed points. Thank you.